Hey guys, my name's Stefan, Botanist Cool, and today we're doing the absolute last map in the main campaign of Terra Nil, the Sunken City. Now, I really like this game, and if you guys like it as well, and you guys want to see me talk more about Terra Nil and the maps it has and the kind of things you gotta do for it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and tell me down in the comments because I want to make sure I put out what you guys like. I want to do the challenge maps, and I cannot wait to do them, but I just want to make sure that y'all want to see them too, and then we'll get right on to it. So, first things first, this is a sunken city, which means the city is underwater, sea level rise has happened, and unfortunately, we have to bring soil back from the bottom all the way to the top. That's why we have to put out all these like little dredging machines or dredgers, whatever they're called. You can use the monorail system to actually move a bunch of earth from one place to another, and that might be more important in the challenge mode. It's not something that I actually ever really did here because I just never found the need to, but it's something that you might be able to do in the challenge mode more often to greater efficiency. But also, these areas that you put the dredging machines, you also make very big deep water reservoirs. You're taking all the soil from that area, which means that, hey, you have to put a bunch of like those powerful wave maker tidal jet power generators over there. And that means you have to put a lot of scrubbing toxic scrubbers there as well to clean up the ocean, to clean up the area around it, and to start actually putting in some greenery. It's important, and it's kind of difficult. For being perfectly realistic, it's kind of difficult because you want to plan ahead of time how much soil you bring up, and at the same time you also want to plan to basically plan for the future event, which is one of my favorite events in this game, which is when the city just kind of collapses in on itself. But we'll see that in a little bit. You can actually see on the top right hand corner like stability, which is that bottom stat keeps going down the more I keep dredging, and that is a good thing for what we have planned later on today and what we have planned for this entire basically map. Either way, continue building, and I would suggest that, hey, feel free to make like small little like lagoon pond areas because you're gonna need that for later. Make sure you get those toxin scrubbers out, clean up all the oceans you can, and get a lot of your resources there. I'm maintaining a pretty high resource count around 700-ish, but I'm also doing a lot of recycling. I'm also getting a lot of scrubbers out. I'm making sure the ocean is clean. Try to do that as well, because eventually some shit's gonna happen and you're gonna be in a big disarray for a little while. And actually I learned a little bit playing this level, believe it or not. I actually learned, I'll talk about this more later, but I actually learned a little bit about sunflowers, which is really cool. And I did not expect to learn about sunflowers while I was here. But it was a really cool little thing. Once again, this map is just one of the most unique maps I've seen. And once again, it's going to tell you what to do. It's telling you that, hey, you have low stability, but just keep dredging on and start making more and more ecosystems. Now, you can make bamboo forests. You can make like normal forests. You can make lagoons and all that stuff, and you can even make like sunflower fields, which are actually quite important to some of your future stuff. Make sure to follow all those temperature guidelines on the side. You might have to do some little fluctuating around here. Get that humidity up fast, and oh, there we go. That is the event. The city completely sinks and radiation spills out from what has happened. This is actually gonna be a little tough. It took me a little while to figure out how to actually do this proper. Like, you're going to need to put, let's say you have a building, right? And the building's next to one of these radiation zones. You're gonna need to put like these radiation sucking machines, I keep forgetting what they're called, the radiation cleaners, next to each other to make it so it's continually clean around the area. Then you're gonna need to put like this beautiful little sunflower factory there as well. The sunflower factory, also irrigate the area, of course, make sure it's nice and ready to be turned into a field of sunflowers. The conservatory, there we go. I think it's, no, the conservatory is the one for the things. I do not remember all these names. Solarium, I think it might be, where you actually make a beautiful sunflower field. And the thing is, actually, believe it or not, apparently sunflowers soak up radiation. I actually had to look this up on stream. While it seems peculiar, even, and I'm just reading this straight off of a website, a sunflower does not discriminate between radioactive and otherwise oftentimes radioactive isotopes mimics that naturally occur in the soil. Sunflowers then pull the radiotope out of the soil and into their stems and leaves, effectively cleaning the soil. And I believe it's like selenium something or another. Let me Let me take a quick look which one it is. Scientists first investigated this use of the devastation of Chernobyl in the 1990s. That makes a lot of sense. So there's like a lot of really cool things. That sunflowers apparently absorb certain types of radiation out of the soil. I never knew that, and this game kind of taught that to me by accident. It was really cool. Yeah, so make sure to clean up the area, and then after you clean up the area, you're gonna put the sunflowers there, and you're never gonna get that radiation all the way down to like 0. At least I was never able to. You might be able to. I could never find a way to. But just do your best, get that down, and you'll be a-okay. But yeah, keep watching that. You need to meet some funky temperature requirements sometimes here and there. Just be careful and, you know, do what you gotta do. Make sure you have your areas irrigated. That way you can get all the bamboo you can. That way you can get all the deciduous forest you can. All that cool stuff. Is it deciduous forest? I do not remember. God dang. It's actually been about a few weeks that I've played this game because I have been really busy. But it's really a gorgeous game, and I absolutely love it, and I gotta play more of it. I actually created some snow that I did not intend to create. I lowered the temperature way more than I wanted to, so I'm like, shit, I just decided to burn everything up and remake that temperature go higher and higher and higher, which you're gonna need obviously to raise your temperature. You're gonna need to raise your humidity to get everything and get all those little sub bonuses there, which are very, very important. And yeah, keep raising the humidity. That's really the important stuff there. Another thing to look out for in this specific map are all the animals, because you're going to need, for example, like the eagles and what have you, you're going to need to have those buildings or those high rises around in order to make these, make the animals, you know, appear. You're going to need to have lagoons for some of the turtles. You're going to need to have a different mixture of environments for the peacocks and what have you. It's actually not as hard as doing the... It's not as hard as doing like the polar bears and stuff, but it still can be a little difficult. The lagoons are probably the hardest part in my personal opinion, because you have to find ways to cutting off this these water sources you have, these big old lakes, because it won't always be the perfect size. It's just simple as that. And if it's not the perfect size, then you can't make a lagoon. If it's too small, too big, yada yada. And of course, in the center, you're going to have this absolute behemoth of a space station, space launch area. This is going to be kind of the easiest part, just building these resources and making this space station, and making sure that you recycle everything from here on in. The monorail is not the hardest thing to do in this specific map, primarily because you have a lot of cement and a lot of concrete. You can put the monorail system on and just start bringing things back. As you continue building the space station, or spaceship, excuse me, you're going to want to start doing some seed research. And the coolest thing about this bit of the actual game is that when you go to do your seed research, which you'll probably see in the screen in just a few moments, you'll pull up this screen where you see kind of a map of stuff of each and every individual biome, right? And during your time seeing these individual biomes, you have to put up this like weather balloon, right? You see right here. You actually notice that this is all the stuff you built recently, that you built within this entire game. You're going to go around, you're going to collect these seeds, and this is the actual maps you made just moments ago, which is one of the coolest things and one of the coolest like callback features that I've ever seen like a game have. Just like, yeah, you built this, you're going to take things from it, and you're going to continue using that kind of stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. Turtles, as you can see, are found in lagoons, and you can find them pretty easy, like, honestly. Just keep making those lagoons. They're absolutely easy to get. Peacocks you need a lot of green for. The pandas, you're going to need green and bamboo forest, which are not too hard to get. I think the eagles were the hardest for me. The eagles and the boars, if I remember correctly, actually. The eagles need a whole big skyscraper and need the boars. That way do eagles hunt boars? Or maybe boar babies? I don't know, but the eagles need boars for some reason. They might hunt the boar babies. That would make sense. And then, of course, you need the ocean and the river and the kelp beds for the otters, the sea otters. Now, otters are vicious creatures, I'm going to tell you that much. I do know this from personal experience, but they are adorable. But yeah, continue going on. You're going to get more seed stuff. The coolest thing is, if you have built your ecosystems well enough, you're going to get multiple seeds in each individual one. So you see here, like, there's 3 seeds I can get from here and just kind of go little by little and get that stuff. Call back the actual call back the actual satellite, collect the seeds again, and now it's all about recycling. You got all 6 animals, you just got to finish recycling, and then you got to finish by putting the cone on the actual rocket. It's a very... I want to say this is a little simpler than the Tundra in my personal experience. I definitely don't know your opinions on it. If you guys want to tell me if you think this or the Tundra's a little simpler, you tell me. This one takes a little bit more of a learning curve, but it's honestly not the worst because the learning curve is just the radiation segment. And the radiation segment, all you gotta learn is just how to properly set up like a barrier of like radiation suckers. I think so, the official scientific term for it, and then just push forward over time. And now you're gonna see, I love this scene so freaking much. You're going to see the rocket take off. It's a big heckin' rocket, y'all. This thing's a big old chonker, I kid you not. It is massive, and you can see all the eagles flying around. You can see the boars hanging out. You can see the sea otters and everything, and there goes our rocket. The funniest thing is the only trace of like science left on this world, or like not science, but like I guess technology from this world is going to be this like launching platform, which I kind of find to be like really cool. It's like, yeah, no matter what you do, there will be some level of remnant, but we have so effectively limited it and saved the world here. We reclaimed this wasteland, and it's just really cool. I really like this level a lot. Look at those fireflies. I really like this level a lot. It is by far my favorite level in the first 4 levels of this game. I think the developers did a fantastic job on this game. Sorry, it's coming back to me actually. I remember the first time I played this level on the stream, I actually cried. Because, oh fuck, it's coming back to me. Ah. Okay, I'm done. It's a good game. Y'all know this. Anyways, I don't know if pandas and peacocks are naturally in the same egg, but anyways, thank you guys very much for joining on in. I hope you guys have really been enjoying this. If you do, like, comment, subscribe. Please tell me if you'd like to see more, you'd like to see the challenge levels. You just want to hear me talk about it. I like Terra Nil a lot. If you guys like this format of video compared to our normal format, please tell me as well. Where I just talk over some fast-forwarded gameplay, essentially. I like doing this as well. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you all enjoy it. Stay safe. Stay Botanist Cool. I'll see you for the next one. Bye, everyone.